Another reading. This is called Troop 1876. I was a Girl Scout leader, so I decided to find a friend for my daughter because we moved and we didn't really know too many people. So, Girl Scouts, good idea, huh? I met my best friend at a Girl Scout sign up. She tricked me into co leading a troop with her and Pat. We had no idea when we went to that meeting that we would be Girl Scout co leaders. Three of us became co leaders for our troop 1876. I never forgot that number. My life became a soap opera called As the Cookie Crumbles. So are the days of our lives. My best friend Shirley was a savior. Her light was bright and joyous. I found a new friend that wanted to play. She was a spectacular orchid that you would find in the Amazon rainforest. We started having meetings along with another good friend, Pat, a gentle soul that was a beautiful, classy orchid. Our children became good friends. Looking back at my life, I realized I didn't just have a Girl Scout troop. I had a mission. It wasn't merely a meeting, sell a few cookies, make a craft. My friend and I are Aquarians. God bless our troop. Somebody needed to stop me. Shirley wasn't the person. She was as bad as I at creating a huge project. In fact, she was worse. God bless Pat. In hindsight, we both made it a huge project culminating with a huge festival called Think Locally, Act Globally for all the Girl Scout leaders in the city of Minneapolis. Well, Shirley and I had to complete Leader Boot Camp first. Have you ever heard of Leader Boot Camp? Oh yeah, you got to go through that. Yep. They demonstrated what it is like to be a Girl Scout. They kept you busy nonstop. The activities, like reading a compass, tying knots, starting a fire, was a failure for me. I had no luck passing them. I felt like screaming as everyone passed in flying colors. Bunny Foo-Foo sucks! While I was feeling like a big failure, and next was wood carving a spoon from a block of wood. I was furious and I aced it, finishing mine first and embellishing it with a design. Yeah, so take that. I realized what it felt like to be a Girl Scout. I later empathized with one of our scouts that was a perfectionist and was under the table sobbing because her craft wasn't good enough, according to her. While we had our first encampment at Valley Fair, 10 troops participated, I think. We practiced with girls putting up our pup tents, had buddy system in place, made caper charts for duties, made not just one, but 2 box ovens out of liquor store cardboard boxes from the Scout manual. We had the dish and hand washing station in place, which was water in a plastic gallon jug, and we used our bandanas we tied around our necks to wipe our hands. Shirley revved up the propane grill. We could not have a campfire at Valley Fair. She put the raw chicken on the grill. I helped the girls make brownies and a cake for the ovens. Also, to show off to the other troops at the meet, we made homemade ice cream, kicking a coffee can with dried ice. The other troops were finishing up their hot dogs and joined in the games. The chicken was partially done, the corn cob was chucked by the girls, the cakes and brownies baked beautifully, but the kicking the can was becoming boring to our hungry troop. They were becoming agitated, and Shirley and I realized we bit off more than we could chew. told them to go play with the other troops, and we will have dinner ready and call you then. Meanwhile, Shirley and I kicked that damn coffee can, praying for ice cream. The kitchen was still a ways away. Hopefully it would be done by taps. Well, we finally had a great meal, and hunger is the best sauce. We had no table scraps. The dessert was divine, and I thought the other troops were jealous. You know what irks me? I don't remember if we had the ice cream. The girls demonstrated helping us. They had duties and they followed through. Well, Valley Fair is no place for Brownie Scouts. No place for Eagle Scouts either. Took us a while to adjust to the loud noises of the rides and people screaming. We were all snug as a bug in our pup tents, and Valley Fair closed. Drunks were loudly crashing through our tent site on the way to their cars. I prayed we would survive. Woke up to a day with no sleep. Shirley was upset because someone put a hole in her tent. She sat there like a stone, glaring at all of us. She was the first to have a nervy breaky. Just great, I thought. One leader down. I got them together and gave them the safety talk about sticking with their buddy in case they got in trouble. Pat joined us, and I was thankful. She did not stay in tents with us. She had a restful night's sleep. We divided up the girls and took them in small groups. We were not prepared for Valley Fair. It was hot. We all walked through the rides, and one of my girls wanted to ride on a roller coaster, and she wasn't tall enough. Many rides she wanted to try were all for adults. She was a screamer. I want to go on that ride! And finally blew up and had a temper tantrum. The well-behaved girl said she was hot and wanted a lemonade. Well, I told her if she has one, all 9 girls have to get one. She broke into sobs and said she had a heat stroke. I had a heat stroke once. Firstly, I never heard of a 9-year-old having a heat stroke, but scared me into action. So I pushed my way through the lemonade stand line, demanded water for her. I was a Girl Scout leader and showed my leader pin. It was an emergency. People were nonplussed and let me jump the long line. Well, that did it. I was done. I gathered the girls and we marched back to our campsite. Shirley recovered and started making sandwiches. Someone had to ask what was wrong. My face, I'm sure, had this pained look. Well, I started sobbing, hauling my ass on crutches after a sleepless night, and kicking that damn can was sheer exhaustion, and putting up with screaming and whining was the straw that broke the camel's back. I calmed down and started making sandwiches, and Pat comes marching in. She threw her keys down on the ground and lost it. I hate camping, she screamed. My idea of camping is grilling in my backyard. Calm, gentle Pat had her nervy breaking too. Yep, we survived our first camping test in one piece. We didn't kill anyone. There were 9 little people that were lucky they survived. Well, I'm going to stop here. I've got a lot more about it, but I'm going to let you go there. Just a little glimpse of my life as a person with disability.